How's it going, everybody? Cody here to give my WWE Payback 2023 preview and predictions. First things first, incredible week on the channel, man. Thank you guys. The Trainwreck podcast got a bunch of views. I know a lot of that is because of Bray Wyatt. You know, we talked about him heavy on the show this week, but thank you guys for checking out our little eulogy that we gave to him. I appreciate it. And thank you for tuning into this video that you're watching now. And, you know, this past week's been a very tragic week in wrestling between Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk. And hopefully brighter days are ahead. And maybe that'll happen with Payback. It'll help take our mind off some of the tragic stuff and just let us enjoy some wrestling. Speaking of Payback, we're going to get into these predictions. Austin Theory versus Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. I think the plan for the U.S. title is Rey beats Theory and then quickly loses to a newly heel Santos Escobar if I had to bet next month. I feel like Rey is just in the transitional role, but they want to get Theory out the way because, I mean, the dude was champion for almost a year. He should get a rematch. I'm not big on automatic rematches in pro wrestling, but if a dude was champion for a long time, he should automatically get a rematch because he can prove that it's not a fluke, you know? But my pick is Rey Mysterio to win this match, and then he'll end up getting turned on by Santos Escobar. I don't know if the rest of the LWO will turn on him, but I definitely have a feeling Santos will. LA Knight, yeah, versus The Miz. Man, you look at this image right here, and they look almost exactly like the same person. But LA Knight is the future. The Miz is the past. The Miz needs to put him over. I don't think this program is going to go past Payback. It might, but I'm looking forward to the match. I've really liked their promo work. Neither guy is like the best in the ring, you know, but just character work, if they can just screw with each other during the match, I mean, that's going to make something really entertaining, I bet. So LA Knight's going to win. It's very predictable. A lot of these matches on the show are very predictable. So I'll try to give like other predictions. Like I think this match will probably get the least amount of time on the show. Cody Rhodes to appear on the Grayson Waller effect. No idea, dude. Maybe John Cena comes out and they beat up Grayson Waller together. I mean, it's just to get Cody on the show, which I really think at SummerSlam they should have done like an injury angle, like Brock beat the snot out of Cody and then he disappears for a few weeks, just so it's like, okay, that explains why he isn't on TV, you know. But doesn't look like they did that, and now he's gonna be on a talk show on a pay-per-view, which I hate it when they do that. Pay-per-view should just be nothing but matches. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match in a Steel City street fight, because I believe the pay-per-view is taking place in Pittsburgh. I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn retain, but it would not shock me if the Judgment Day won, just so they could do like a, hey, they're tag team champions, but they're not getting along thing with Damian Priest and Finn Balor. But I just don't think that would happen. It wouldn't shock me, but I'm picking KO and Sami Zayn to win. And I didn't know until I just read this thing that it was a street fight. And I mean, Kevin Owens coming off a back injury, the dude's insane because you know he's going to build some giant chair Eiffel Tower looking thing and try to throw somebody through it, but then he ends up going through it. And the other thing is, like, this match is going to be a car crash, just like, you know how last Friday they had the Brawling Brutes versus the Street Profits, and, you know, they were fighting mostly on the outside of the ring. I have a feeling that's what this match will turn into. So Kevin Owens is probably going to get thrown through a bunch of chairs. If I had to bet, Damian Priest choke slams one of these dudes through a table, but the baby faces find a way to win. And at least it's not going to be a regular tag match, because you basically see that on Raw every week with the Judgment Day versus a combo of Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, you know. So I'm glad that it's at least a street fight. And Cammy is my pick to win. Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus steel cage match. I feel like, I mean, Becky is the future, even though she's already arrived. So I feel like Trish Stratus has to put her over here. Now, the thing I just wonder is this the end of Trish Stratus? It doesn't feel like they would end this run she's on at Payback, you know? But we also thought this feud was going to blow off at SummerSlam, so who knows? I feel like Becky Lynch wins it, and this hopefully ends their feud because it's been going on way too long. And I think Becky needs to either be the next challenger for Rhea Ripley, or that's it. Actually, I think she should fight Rhea Ripley next. I know they probably want to save that match for WrestleMania. I don't know. I feel like the Raw women's division needs a big time feud, and having arguably the biggest woman in the division versus the champion is going to help reignite a fire. So Becky Lynch is my pick to win. It would be nice to see Trish Stratus stick around and maybe turn on Zoe Stark and then put Zoe Stark over a few times, you know, to help establish her to where maybe we get Zoe Stark and Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Say if Becky was to beat Rhea, that's just a thought. But I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's just a way like you can help build a new star doing it that way. Women's World Championship, Raquel Rodriguez versus the women's champion, Rhea Ripley. This match, I think, is going to be a banger. I don't really hear anyone talking about it, but this match is going to roll. I mean, you got two muscular women that can just throw each other around. This is a big opportunity for Raquel, but it's not going to be her night. I am picking Rhea Ripley to retain. I kind of gave it away with that Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus match I was just talking about. But I'm predicting this match to be a barn burner. And it could go a few more matches. Like they could probably have another rematch on Raw. This match, I think, should get the most amount of time. I would give these women 19, 20 minutes. And I arguably think they should main event the show. I don't think they're gonna. The next match I'm gonna talk about is gonna probably main event. Unless Jimmy versus Jay gets announced on Friday. I'm recording this on Wednesday. I don't think it will, though. Raquel is going to put up a good fight, but she's going to lose to Rhea. World Heavyweight Championship. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth freaking Rollins. I am glad this feud is happening because it has been very nice for my channel. You know, with that Nakamura whispering thing, I made so many memes out of that. Thank you to anyone that's followed me because of that. So, selfishly, I want this feud to keep going if it produces more meme material. And I really love what they've been doing with Shinsuke Nakamura, that video package where he was talking about, I know about your back. That was excellent. I think Seth Rollins ain't losing this belt, though. I want Nakamura to be champion, though, because he hasn't been champion since he's been on the main roster. And, I mean, with them building up that Seth Rollins is injured, I mean, that's a good thing to do. Like, it gives Seth Rollins an out if he does lose the belt. But I don't think he's gonna. But if he did, it's gonna be like, well, yeah, he had a bad back. You know, you went against a perfectly healthy guy, a guy who hasn't wrestled much this year. Seth Rollins has been the workhorse with a bad back. But my pick is Seth Rollins, just because I don't see him losing the belt. I think Gunther breaks the record next Monday because I think that'll put him. Because I think Gunther needs to get to like September 5th to break the Intercontinental Championship record, and he'll eventually lose it to somebody, maybe Drew McIntyre, maybe Chad Gable, maybe somebody we don't even know about yet. And I think he's going to end up facing Seth Rollins later on down the line for the World Heavyweight Championship. And we already know Seth Rollins has a bad back. You know, it's going to be even worse for his back. Taking about 20 power bombs from Gunther. So Seth Rollins is going to retain. And that's the card. 6 matches, very heavy on the Raw side, it looks like, because you got, see, 1, 2, 3, kind of 4-ish. I mean, you got the Miz versus LA Knight, that's Raw versus SmackDown, but and then you got the tag champs versus a Raw team. So a very Raw heavy show, except for the US title match, really. So maybe something else gets announced on Friday, but if it does, it won't be covered in this video because I'm not doing a predictions video a day before the show. So that's the video. If you throw a like on it, man, I'd greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. More stuff coming next week. NFL season's around the corner. Trainwreck podcast is rolling really freaking good, man. I'm proud of that show and how it's doing. And 3 subscribers away from 400. So if we hit 400 on this video, I don't know. I'll do something crazy. Thank you guys. Have a good night. See you next time.